Welcome to University High School, the home of the best robotics competition. We are here today with Waco ISD students from Guama. We also have a group from University High School. But first, let's talk to our group from Guama. Let's start out with our outstanding coach, Joe Rizzo. Joe, can you tell us a little bit about what BEST stands for?
BEST stands for Boosting Engineering, Science, and Technology. The students are given a challenge and have 6 weeks to build their robot. They're given a box of plywood, plexiglass, and aluminum, and with that they have to come up with ideas to meet the challenge. This year's challenge was pay dirt, which it simulates a mining incident.
Very good, and can you tell me what advantage your team has over the other teams as being a part of Guama?
Some of the advantages we have is that with having our own mill and a lathe in the shop, we're actually able to manufacture our own parts. So for example, we're able to machine parts for our lead screw in the shop, in-house, which a lot of people can't do if they don't have their own mill and lathe. We can actually set them up and dynamically measure with our digital readout to see where center is so that we can get this exactly center of the part.
Mr. Rizzo, one of the unique things about Guama is that it represents several schools across the area. Can you tell me what school districts are represented on your team?
Our team is represented by Midway, Waco ISD, and MCH, and Riesel.
Very good. So we have University, Waco High, Midway, Riesel, and the Methodist Home Children's Home. That's right. Okay. All right, let's talk to some of the students. Can you tell me your name and what school you go to?
I'm Daniel Hadaway, and I go to Midway ISD.
My name is Tobin Daniels, and I go to Waco High.
Can you tell me what the biggest challenge was in this year's competition?
Just coordinating with the other people. Our classes are separated between morning and afternoon, so coming together and getting the ideas to flow.
What is the best part about being a Guama student?
I get to have experience working with machines like a mill and a lathe and a circular saw when most people probably wouldn't know what they mean.
Can you tell me what you've learned in doing this project?
I've learned many things. Working machines, power tools, and everything. I've also learned some valuable things about teamwork.
There are other parts of this competition besides just this robot. Can you tell us some other things your team is working on?
We are working on our engineer notebook, the marketing presentation itself, which we already presented.
And what was your favorite part of this competition? What was your biggest challenge or your favorite part?
I love actually doing the marketing notebook and presenting it because I like talking in front of small groups of people.
Very good. So now the best part. Let's see how they're progressing in this competition.
30 seconds.
We are now here with the University High School Best Robotics team. They're the host here, and so that puts a lot of pressure on them to do well. Let's talk to some of the students and find out what they're doing. Can you tell me a little bit about this competition and how you've grown and changed as you've learned?
Well, this competition is mostly about robotics, and it's mostly about us, just the best minds going against each other, and from what we get, the materials that we get from TSCC and all that, and how it's changed is dramatically about, how people just think of different ways how to make the robots, or either what the different competitions are and how they're able to adapt to the different situations that they overcome over. It's just amazing. So really, this is a big competition for a lot of people.
Y'all had a little trouble in round one. Can you tell me what happened and how you adjusted?
Oh man, so our robot, we couldn't get it to cut on, and it was just the batteries. They were very messed up. And so what we did was we just made sure we had the back on there correctly. And then in round one, we also had trouble scoring. And so we just barely tweaked our strategy of getting that air filter, which is one of the components.
Very good. And you're one of the drivers in round two. Can you tell me a little bit of what your strategy was when you were competing?
I was trying to go for the filter, but then when I saw I couldn't get it, I went for the coal, and then I knocked it down, and I tried to drag it. But then when I went over the toilet paper thing, I flipped over, and the wheel fell off.
All right, well, y'all did really good in the second round. So what is the strategy going forward? What are we going to do to keep getting those points?
We're going to make sure that we line up this robot with the air filter so we can pick it up and put it in with no problem.
Okay, you're talking about air filters and stuff, so this competition has several different things you can do. So you have different points, and so you've got a special strategy. So can you tell me a little bit about that?
The main strategy is to get most points as we can. A lot of teams will go for the little bit of points. We want to go for the big giant points. So that's mostly the filter and the pipe.
Good luck, and now let's talk to Jeff Cunningham. Jeff is one of our outstanding engineering teachers here at university. And what's unique about Jeff is he has been at every one of these competitions. This is the sixth one. So Jeff, can you tell us a little about the competition and how you as a coach have evolved to even be better?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The commitment of the students and the administration and the support, it's progressed over the years. We started over at Waco High, and it was a great competition. Now we're at university. It's a lot more accessible to all the other teams that can come up I-35. The students are a lot more committed. We're able to communicate with them the expectations and the competition a little better than we did 6 years ago. It's just a great testament of the kids that they come out on a Saturday and they compete, they participate. There's a lot of really devoted kids at University High School.
So what's your favorite part about the competition?
I think the competition in general is just good for the kids. It's good for them to get prepared for the next step after high school, to be able to have a strict time constraint and have to work on a timeline and get prepared for the next level when they're going to be competing against other people for jobs and things like that. It's just fun to watch them compete and get some exposure to that kind of environment.
All right, well, let's look at how university's doing in the next round of competition. We're right outside the competition area where you'll see lots of booths being set up by the different school districts that are represented here, because one of the unique things about Best Robotics is it's not just about that head-to-head competition. Students must develop a marketing campaign. They design t-shirts, they have an engineering notebook, and they have to talk about their project, which you see here in the booths. In fact, if a student's group scores well enough in all the other parts, they can even advance and win the whole thing without even scoring a single point. So what's important about this project with Best Robotics is it incorporates all the things that students need to know in industry to make them marketable. Thank you for joining us here at University High School, the home of the Best Robotics competition. On behalf of Waco ISD and TSTC, our sponsor, I'd like to thank you for watching Waco ISD TV.